Meets TV on 96.3 Nation FM and NTV. My name is Mariam Bishar.
My name is David Oyuke, aka Black Skills.
And yours truly, DJ E, aka Mr. Big Energy.
We are having such an amazing time in studio. We've been asking you about whether you like to give compliments, receive compliments, but we'd also like to give flowers to our guest today.
Yes.
She is an amazing artist, all-round creative, phenomenal woman. Also, just a very cool person just from the vibes. You know when you're just like, I can smell energy. I can feel this energy.
Yes.
Daada is in studio with us. Karibu sana to the studio.
Asante. Thank you guys for having me.
Wow, I'll begin with you have a very interesting heritage, and I know that must play into your music. Tell us about where you come from and how that plays into your music.
All right. Yeah, so it's a bit messy. My background is all over the place. I have a Colombian mother, a German father, but I grew up in Tanzania, in Arusha. Shout out to Arusha. And in my music, I use those cultures a lot, especially lyrically. I speak all those languages with my family, so when I started songwriting, it kind of came naturally that I would sing in those languages too.
Yes.
So I like to mix those up a bit: Spanish, German, English, a bit of Swahili as well. And yeah, musically also my sound is kind of a mix of those things. Yeah.
I've seen something about transcultural music. And of course, from the name, it sounds like you take a lot of influences from the way you were raised and your upbringing and the cultures in and around your upbringing. What are some of the things about each of those that you hold so close that they always just show up in your music? Is it the language? Is it dance? Is it the way you write? What are some of those elements from your cultures?
Yeah, I mean, so first of all, lyrically, it's big. That's one thing that I really take from each of the cultures in my music. And then I grew up listening to a lot of Colombian music, a lot of salsa. My mom is a huge salsa fan. She's an amazing dancer. Didn't fully get those genes, but she taught me a bit of salsa as well. And from the German side, I I get more of my business side of
precision and getting things right. And
Exactly.
Okay.
So not so much in the music, I guess. And then growing up in Tanzania, obviously I was listening to all sorts of stuff, like Mariam. I remember I used to sing her music a lot.
Wow.
And yeah, just lots of pop as well, Afro pop, things like that.
You mentioned your mom, who's also your momager, right? Tell us about working with her and why you decided to go the momager route.
So it happened kind of organically.
Yeah.
And it's just because she's always been my number one fan. So she's always been there kind of pushing me forward.
Yes.
And now it's kind of a bit more formal, but still we're very, very familiar, and it's nice to have someone who has your best interests at heart and who's just makes you feel safe no matter what.
True, because the music industry can be very hectic.
Yeah,
so if you don't have people who have your back, it can be, T for tough, right?
Yeah. I saw somewhere that you also have a relationship with some musical instruments.
I do.
You do? Which ones are those?
So, you are right. I started my musical journey with violin actually when I was 5.
Wow.
Started playing violin. And then I really wanted to learn guitar, but it was kind of my brother's thing. So I kind of stayed away from it for a bit, but eventually I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to take lessons, but I'm just going to teach myself. So I pulled this guitar off the wall that was just decorating our home. And I taught myself some chords and started songwriting like that as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is your brother musical as well? Because I sense a little bit of sibling rivalry. They know when you're kids,
A little, yeah.
If he plays the guitar, I have to find my own thing. And things like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's very musical as well. He plays the drums, guitar. He used to sing as well until his voice broke, and then he kind of stopped.
Oh, I know.
But you feel. But yeah, I always wanted to do a band with him. Never happened. Maybe one day. He's not really in music anymore, but he still loves it.
Okay.
Would love that.
One
We'll
day.
get back into the music, but then when we come back, want to discuss your new single out. That's Kitty. It's got a very interesting piano vibe. It's also a nice, banger anthem for the women, for the females, and just getting us, arms in the air and dancing as well as empowering ourselves. We'll talk about that. For now, though, we'll get back into the music with DJ